when you're really into music, listening or playing or whatever you're doing with it, you're not thinking, this is jazz, this is alternative, something or other, this or that. It's just, you're hearing this sound, and there's no reason why it can't all coexist and be together in one place, you know? Quartet record, I've done an astonishing number of interviews, and the question was, almost every time one of the questions was, why did I choose these people to record and perform with? And it really wasn't, it was like there's no plan to anything I do, there's never been, I don't have a career plan, I don't think of myself as having a career, and like, here's my next move, and it's going to be really a savvy move to play with my Brooklyn friends. You know what I mean? But also, last night I was playing, while you were playing, unfortunately, missed your music last night, which is a bummer, but I was playing with Jamaaladeen Tacuma while you were playing. And Jamaaladeen did this long spiel at one point where he was talking about after prime time. He put out his first record, which I remember really well, I was working in a record store then, on Gramavision, and he talked about how the record, stylistically, is, jazz, funk, classical, it has all these elements, and that was just what I came up listening to and thinking was like a normal thing. I didn't feel any pushback, and neither did he. And where would he have been if he decided that he had to play like somebody else instead of himself? And nobody plays like Jamaaladeen, right? And so it's just natural to have all this blurry kind of, inspiring mess that we draw from.
Your head gets heavy and rests on my shoulder, 'cause you drink too much whiskey when you're with me.
I know what I can and can't do, and I struggle with that internally a lot, because I got so much to get together. You know, it's overwhelming what I cannot do and I hope to do. But then you add to that some little seed of, whether it's positive or negative, both things are you gotta shake that. Like Paul Motion was talking about, he was playing with Bill Evans, and Bill Evans had hepatitis, and his nose was running and all over the piano, and then Monk came in and was gonna play the next set or something, and Paul says, "Hey Monk, you know, Bill's really sick. Are you okay with touching that piano?" Monk said, "I shake that shit off me." So I wish I could just shake that shit off me. I always call it kind of disappearing. Like I'm actually feel like I'm not there. I'm kind of become invisible, and I'm just playing. And truly, if then the analytic mind kicks in, then it's just the end of the buzz, you know, the end of the ride. But I feel like what I do is like this just composite of all these things that I love, that I've heard, without me ever having sat down and learned a bunch of music by all these people, because I always have kind of played my own. I just come up with something I like, and I just sit and play it until basically some new piece of music maybe happens. But I didn't sit down and transcribe solos. I didn't sit down and I didn't play in bar bands growing up, so I didn't know a million cover songs, and you know, I just never wanted to do that because
centered on when it's your moment to come up with something?
Not really. That's the time when you shouldn't have an approach.
The approach is to let go.
I've had so many times when I'm playing and I realize, whoa, I just played the most badass shit I ever had. It's like, but sometimes it's like you're just floating, you're not even, it's like you're out of your body, and who is that guy doing that? So but then as soon as if you're aware, it blows the
Self-consciousness is the enemy.
Forget about all that shit. Don't think about that, and just try to follow the golden rule and practice.
Do you catch yourself thinking?
Oh yeah.
So it's sort of like TM. If you drift off the banter, when you catch yourself, just try to get back.
Well, sometimes I don't get back. I don't get back at all. You gotta shake, like, make a mistake, and you can't dwell on, that's another, it's really hard to, sometimes I can hold on to that, like, some tiny little, early in a gig, I'll miss a note, something nobody would even, and I'll just, the whole gig, that's all I'm thinking about.